Hello everybody. Hope you're all having a good one. Hope you're all having a good one. Alright, let's try something different. Okay. Hello Kick, hello Twitch, hello YouTube. We are back again. We are gonna be playing Rive Healing Hands with the ward bug. Because why not? It also sounds like EHG is not gonna be changing it this season. I doubt I'm gonna spend all season playing this build. This is just, you know, this is for fun. This is just to fully embrace the chaos for a little while, but I feel like this could get a little boring. Oh, I never did grab another drink. Oops. We'll rectify that. Hey, what up, Rinda? Rinda G? Oh, hey, what up, Air Dragon? How you doing, man? Hello. Not bad, just waffling on what game to play. What, you're not playing last Epoch right now? Rejoice, for the Wody has arrived. Hey, Jay Wody over on YouTube. Welcome on in, man. Noper's been playing a lot of just single player RPG games. I got you. Oh, another 1LP Smoke Weaver. Actually, we should kill this guy right here. Desire to play ARPGs, just Nova Dive when 1.0 came out. Still looks super sweet. Just need to wait for the itch to come. Ah, I got you. If there's no desire, no motivation, yeah, I got you. You guys see the changes? So apparently, with this update, yeah, these keys. Remember, this used to be my go-to thing. I would tell you guys like, hey, just save these for a rainy day. Well, I know I wasn't the only one saying it, but enough people were saying it. This became like a huge meta. In arena keys became a huge meta in the Merchants Guild grind. People would basically be farming the junk out of these. A lot of times they would leave Merchants Guild, join Circle of Fortune, level it up all the way, farm all the nodes in the prophecies for like double or a ton of arena keys, and then sell the keys for a huge profit, and I guess EHG finally noticed, and they were like, "Oh, okay." They just nerfed it. I'm like, "Oh man, there goes my strat." It'd be like, "Hey, ever want to buy a couple stash tabs? Just sell a few arena keys, you know." Always used to be my rainy day fun, and now they're next to worthless. Hey, whatever, and let's get rid of that. Let's hold on to this for now, but I don't really notice a lot of change. I just got so much junk. Let me resort this. Hey, what's up, Bike? Good evening, sir. You on? Seen you on. I had to say hi driving right now. I got you. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. What up, Steve? Yeah, so they made some nerfs. They didn't nerf this build. They nerfed a couple abilities, and the reasoning for the nerfs was they were actually crashing servers. Not because they were overpowered. But it was like, yeah, the ability was just crashing servers. Investment going south, it happens. I blame people. People are the root of all problems. AI, now there's something cool and can't do any wrong. This message is not in any way hijacked by AI. Yeah, for sure, Air Dragon. Totally a fellow people here. I'm pure people. Double promise. Yeah. 100% people. I'm 100% person. It said over. Why are we... They nerfed the meta stuff in Helldivers 2, rebalanced it, they say. I heard about that. I heard Helldivers 2. Hey, I was trying multi-strike smite cast on hit combo instead of Rive, and it's fun but clunky. Hey, I haven't tried multi-strike smite. I've heard some things. There's actually an item in the game. Maybe you were using this, Aurelis? Maybe Aurelis? For those kinds of builds, I think this is typically what a lot of people use. Which... 100% chance to cast smite. I'm guessing it's not 100% chance on multi-strike. I'm not entirely sure. if you can cast, like, so normally with the smite healing, you didn't say you're trying to do healing hands, but I'm just thinking because that's the kind of build I'm playing right now. I don't think you can healing hands on the smites, but still, it's an interesting thing. Cool way to get some. No idea. No, the idea is that you have swords from multi-strike and smite instead of the swords. Gotcha. Railgun has to be on safe mode now to penetrate armor. Shield generator takes longer to charge, and that shotgun has more recoil and smaller clip size. Yeah, healing hands works on multi-strike, but not on smite. Oh, right. I got you, because you got to directly cast it. So you could still do it. It's just there'd be no point putting points into the smite portion. You can't get extra healing hands out of it. Oh, they nerfed the breaker? The main problem is it's just everything in Helldivers, like all the weapons sucked except for the breaker. So it's just like, oh, these other weapons sucked? And everybody's using the breaker? Well, we should nerf the breaker. So I mean, like, literally, I'd use these other guns and go into, you know, like 6s and 7s, and I would just get decimated because I would get swarmed, and the only thing that could stop it was the frickin' breaker. So they just hammered down one nail instead of raising all of them. Maybe that's... Well, no, I also heard... I think their main Twitter for Helldivers, they said they were going to be bringing mechs to the game. Maybe this is a way of combating it, of you know, tempering expectations. But then it's like, look, there's now mechs. Enjoy. Almost feels like, you know, creating a problem and then selling you the solution. Except they don't actually sell it to you. It's an update. They give some balance stuff. Do they give any balance to the primaries? Because right now, like, the only primary that felt good was the breaker shotgun. The other primaries were not that great. I mean, I liked the Liberator, but it didn't have the stopping power of the breaker. And then they had that other shotgun in the game where you fired, and then reload shell after shell. Well, nerfing the railgun, it's gonna suck for solo players. You could still get more power out of a recoilless if somebody else wore the backpack and then reloaded your rocket launcher for you, but that required coordination. I don't know if you played with randoms on Helldivers before, but it's not the funnest experience. I mean, sometimes you run into a good group, but then there's other times you you play with another group and they blow you up. Yeah. Randoms and borderline herding cats with yeah, pretty much. Herding. Did I say hoarding? Okay. Same difference. Cats and grenades don't mix well. Yeah, I would imagine. Oh, I must... Yeah, I picked up a crit. A crit shrine. I'm like, whoa. 743% to crit? What happened? My build's godly. I'm sure this has been asked, but just got here. Is there any planner that's near this build? Haven't seen VK with healing hands yet anywhere. It's something I'm still working on, John. But I made here. How about I just make a planner right now on Last Epoch Tools? Or actually, let me grab the one that I made yesterday, because I released a video for this. And then people were like, yo, can we get a planner? And I'm like, well, I'm not actually done with this yet. And oh, I can update this. Can I update this? Okay, yeah, I did. I updated it. So here, let me show you, John. So that is literally what my build looks like right now. But here's the thing, since it's not finished, it changes. Like the one from yesterday already looked different from the one from today. Just trying out different things. Chat's giving suggestions. I'm giving them a try. I mean, it's constantly changing. It probably won't be finished until this character's, you know, like level 95 and I found different gear, but that's what I'm using for right now. Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. Good old-fashioned water. John, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. Alright, chat. I think I'm gonna go grab some something flavored. So yeah, John, once I have something finalized with this, I'll make a video. And it'll probably be like, hey, here's what I used. Here's what I think, you know, not necessarily best in slot, but... No, actually, no. I would probably know by that point, here's what I think best in slot is at the time. I don't know if I'm going to keep Cleaver, but it does have some benefits, for sure. The +1 to all skills is very nice. I'm kind of scared to give that up, but... I think I can manage. Like, what if we went dual katanas just for the critical multi-strike, you know? If I could get enough melee critical strike chance on here, could be a thing. Alright, I'll be right back, chat. What's up? Oh, thanks. What happened? Hey, what up, Trox? How's it going? What happened here? It looks like Twitch crashed, but then made another Twitch stream? Yeah, it's right there. It literally ended after 7 minutes? No wonder the viewer participation dropped off. So the award retention of the intelligence seems nice on it, but yeah, it's not a great base. Yeah, for sure. It's got some nice things, but literally I was using this as a twink because it's a level 27. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Twitch, but it automatically came back on. But that's weird. Yeah, yeah. It has booted me off active 3 times. Yeah, no. It looks like the stream shut down for a moment. And then it automatically came back online, but I was like, wait, what? Yeah, Twitch is being weird. Looks like YouTube's doing fine, though. Haven't lost anybody over on YouTube. Thanks for being here, guys. Mr. the Twitch, get out and feed the hamster some waffles, yeah. We're at 757%. We could have some more if I put healing effectiveness on my amulet. If I dropped one of the swords for a shield, and then if I had better idols. But right now, I think it's fine. Playing with 2 swords is also just fun, you know? I always take these catapults. I also always take anything that gives me a percentage health increase, because slamming is a thing. Alright, let's just buy another stash tab. Huh. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to do it with my Code of the Erased Sentinel, because I don't want to have to rebind skills. Okay, let's just look for some fat healing effectiveness, though, chat. So you can get 75% from that. You can get... Alright, what up, Expels? Running monos. That's right. Bro is running mono. So we can get some healing effectiveness with a Tierra's Path. I guess I could do that. Right there if I wanted to. Okay, this would be perfect. This is pure, just like what could we do? 163% healing effectiveness. Okay, let's see if we can't find an amulet with healing effectiveness on it. Looks like Devotion has it, but bam, let's just... This is for science, chat. Okay, so now we're at 1,245% healing effectiveness. I did lose a +1 level to everything. I'm not going to worry about what got removed. I did lose a ton of melee critical strike chance. We're not going to go fight Orbis. If I was just using Healing Hands as a melee skill, okay. Okay, for science, chat, let's see how much ward we can get to. This might get kind of crazy because this can be echoed, and when it echoes, the echoes actually apply the ward. There's in no way, you know, anything that we could see in the game. Like, if we're fighting something. Seems to top out between 22 and 25,000. I'm telling you, that's kind of cool to see that much ward, but it's the echoes. So echoes echo anything that is a melee skill, and when you use Seraph Blade and turn it into a melee skill, they will echo it, but that's if you're directly using Healing Hands as a melee skill. When you're doing Rive, they will not echo the Healing Hands portion of Rive. So, you know, as we're attacking and it's applying Healing Hands, they won't echo that. They'll just echo Rive. But if I'm just using this as a melee attack, they will echo it. But our echo chance is greatly diminished on Healing Hands attack. Because Rive has a node, which we took right here, that we took right here. Temporal Warrior doubles our echo chance on Rive, right? So when I'm doing this, that's why you see the little purple guys so much. But when I'm doing this, you don't see them as much, not to mention it's a much lower attack speed. The attack speed on it's just slow, but they will echo that. And if they do that, when they echo it, they will apply the ward. So, I mean, it's cool, I guess, if you want to see really high ward numbers, but I'm personally, I'm cool. I vastly prefer the build I got going on right now. It's just more fun. Oh. And now with all that healing effectiveness removed, I mean, we're still generating decent ward, but it's about 10,000 less. So if you're really into like generating a crazy, insane amount of ward, then by all means stack as much healing effectiveness as you like. Honestly, I'd even test it with sigils. Okay, well, let's clear this echo, then let's try it again, because I forgot. I get a large amount of healing effectiveness from sigils. Okay, let's pull this stuff out again. Well, let's try this again with sigils. So we'll put the sigils right there. Alright, again, this is for science. Okay, yeah, it's a little, it's a touch more. But, I mean, for the most part, like, does anybody really need this much water? And that's only if you're applying healing hands directly. And then if you get lucky with the echoes, then it goes up even more. Alright. Enough of that shenanigans. I guess there's something else I didn't consider. I didn't consider doing that. Like use an anomaly with the attack speed bump it gives. It is something, I suppose. Oh, I never did fix my skills. Oops. Another ambush, chat. Hi, what up, PJ? What's good? Last Epoch's good. That's what's good, PJ. Been playing Falconer and they're just straight up broken right now. Yeah. There's a couple different broken things in the game. Like obviously the Sentinel War generations is pretty busted right now. Falconer's busted, Warlock's busted. You know, basically the new stuff that got added is busted because there's unintended bugs that got introduced. EHG rolled out a patch today that addressed some of that stuff, which I didn't think they would do. I didn't think they would nerf stuff, you know, mid-cycle. And they said the only reason why they nerfed a particular node in both Warlock and Falconer was it was actually having a detrimental effect on the servers, which affects everybody. And then they went on to say, we already know people are probably going to ask, are we going to clear arenas, like our arena leaderboard rankings? And they said no. Because honestly, the two things that got nerfed, I don't know about Falconer, but the thing that got nerfed on Warlock, Ghost Flame or whatever, I don't think people were hitting number one in the arena leaderboards with Ghost Flame. I mean, I could be horribly mistaken. I feel like everybody was using Profane Veil. That was the node that was just going insane. So Chthonic Fissure, Spirit Plague, Chaos Bolts, Profane Veil, Bone Curse. Chthonic Fissure, Transplant, a little bit different. Spirit Plague, Bone Curse, Profane Veil. Profane Veil, okay. I mean, it's slightly different, but for the most part, they all revolve around Profane Veil. Let's look at this guy, Profane Veil. Let's look at this guy. Profane Veil. Now, I'm not saying they have the exact same Profane Veil setup, but I do find it a little odd that every Warlock has nearly identical abilities that are in the top 10. I mean, in the top 10, I gotta give it up for Almond over here. Almond out here doing the Lord's work on Lich. Everything else is Warlock and Falconer on the SSF leaderboard. Almond hanging it on to this 10th place. I'm not sure of Almond's gender. Almond has been by the channel before. I asked if they streamed, and they said no. But Almond's been around for a while in the game. They're in beta. I'm pretty sure Almond has like 3 or 4 spots in the beta leaderboards in the top 10. Let's check real quick. So Almond. Oh, okay, they have 2. But still, they were both on Lich running different builds. I'm guessing that's why Almond made 2 different Liches, but oh, that's ironic. So wait, Volca has 4 spots in the top 10 in beta? Man, Volca needs to bring that magic to the normal. I need to check out the patch notes. I know with my Falconer build, I've looked at my paper stats during a boss fight, and I've seen my glancing blow stacked to 400%. It was, let me see if I can't read what it is. There wasn't a ton of changes. So they changed Ghost Flame and Dive Bomb. So fixed a bug where Ghost Flame Spirit Kindling would apply to the player if it had previously hit a Wraith during its lifetime and was not currently hitting a Wraith. Alright. Dive Bomb changed Cloud Gatherer to only apply to any individual smoke bomb one time. I think the thing with Dive Bomb, I hadn't heard about this, by the way, and I'm not very familiar with Falconer, but they were able to apply this multiple times. And it basically would just keep stacking up while somebody was running echoes with Dive Bomb, and it eventually would crash the server. So you guys probably couldn't see what I was circling, but oh, let's go to Dreadnoughts. Alright, get back here. Prefix shard drop rate. I think we want amulet shard. Okay, I'll take prefix. What's the max? Oh, okay, that's nearly max. Let's take prefix. We like prefix around here. A 1 LP Bulwark of the Last Abyss. What's this block chance roll? Oh, okay, so it rolled. Man, this is just a low roll all around. Oh, okay. Alright, so we finally finished Fall of the Empire. I think we have to go back and do Resolve. I would like the armor percentage, but right now that physical resistance is doing the Lord's work. Also, Reign of Dragons for the critical strike avoidance. If we can get like a 70% chat, like that'd be nice. I switched to Falconer because they nerfed Advent of the Erase, which made my Flurry Marksman build crapped. Yeah. Which kind of goes counter to their claim that they don't want to change things mid-cycle, right? Like, if your build just got absolutely nuked because they made one change to an item, I feel like that kind of runs counter to their claim that they don't want to nerf builds mid-cycle. They already have. I'm not a big fan of change. Yeah, well, especially, like, here's my reasoning for the leaderboard, right? Like, clearly Warlock and Falconer, but I'm just gonna say it seems most egregious on Warlock. Clearly Warlock and Falconer are dominating the leaderboards. And right now, there's really nothing that can compete with that. So if they go through and nerf the two classes that are dominating, I feel like those who use the builds first are now locked in. Like, they have zero fear of anybody taking it. They can't even take it from themselves, because now they're locked in. Like, those were the only builds that could compete, and now they got nerfed. So at least if you leave the builds in place, somebody else could recreate the build, perhaps, and then compete on the leaderboard with the broken build. Yes, obviously that ruins diversity and creativity this cycle, but at least everybody could still have a shot, hypothetically. Now, for the rankings that are in the thousands on the leaderboards, yeah. Unhealthy competition, it's like a 300-pound man arm wrestling a 50-pound child. But Green Grunt, the problem with your game's not ready for a leaderboard, perhaps. But the thing about your comment, Green Grunt, is, yes, at the moment it is a 300-pound man versus arm wrestling a 50-pound child, but the 50-pound child can grow up to be a 300-pound man themselves very quickly, and then arm wrestle if they go and recreate the same build. Now, obviously that ruins build diversity, but then you as a player can excuse yourself, can express yourself with the same build. Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, this has been going on like since Diablo 3. There would always be builds that dominated the top of the leaderboard for forever, which is why I think it's better just to compete on your own class leaderboard. Like, having an overall is cool. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know it sucks, but if we all went and made a Warlock, we hypothetically could all have access to the same broken build. Whereas if they nerfed it right now, please load. If they nerfed it right now, then basically Corpse Lock is probably locked in for the rest of the cycle. Unless another broken build presents itself. Like, even Corpse Lock probably couldn't even beat what he set here because his build was much stronger. To go back to your analogy of 300-pound man arm wrestling 50-pound child, this is now 300. This is trying to arm wrestle 300-pound man with a guy who was 300 pounds, but then went and lost 100 pounds and is now 200 pounds, trying to arm wrestle against the record that was set when he was 300 pounds, if that makes sense. Right. Well, and honestly, that was a product of their team size, because by the time they were getting to that, Diablo 3 wasn't necessarily on life support, but they had a much smaller team. So they can only focus on like 3 or 4 classes or 3 or 4 sets in the game. And that's why in that game you ran into a huge amount of power creep, because every season people wanted to be stronger than the previous season. It'd feel like a step backwards if you played in a new season and you felt not as strong. For most players, that feels kind of bad. Like, I played this build last season, it sucks. It sucks now. It got nerfed. And there was really nothing that can compete with it last season, so we just all suck now. Bad game, LE bad, uninstall. So in Diablo 3's case, they just kept buffing and buffing, and that's where you were getting the 50 trillion crits, and I know it went higher than that. And yeah, it always happened in Diablo 3. Like I remember really competing in season 10 of Diablo 3, and I got into the top 1000 on Crusader, and it was a grind. And I used like the new hotness at the time. What felt bad to me is when something like Whirlwind Barb was top bar build, and then the next season the build was trash, but I really enjoyed that build and still wanted to play it. I got you, yeah. Well, I feel like that's always going to happen, though, PJ. With ARPGs, especially since they're taking the stance of they don't really want to nerf anything mid-cycle, the Profane Veil Warlock is probably not going to feel as great next season. The dev stance versus all the broken stuff. Okay. I can respect that opinion. I think if someone is way out of proportion, it should be fixed. Sooner rather than later. I honestly disagree, Green Grunt, and the reason, and you want to know what the reason is? Diablo 4. Yeah, I got you. But when I was playing Diablo 4, within days, the top builds were just getting knocked down. Barbarian was getting a nerf every day. Imagine playing Barbarian and sinking 2 days worth of time, like no life in the game for 2 or 3 days, and then your build just got kneecapped. You'd feel like you wasted your time. Whereas if you knew okay, well, this is going to get nerfed, but I can enjoy it for a month or two, then that's fine. And then going into season 1, everything got nerfed going into season 1. Yeah, Blizzard loves to nerf. Goiga Hardcore, thank you for following over on Twitch. I do understand what you mean, Green Grunt. This is insane, right? This is absolutely insane. Because here's the thing, even if I had this exact same build, there's no way I would even have the time. But that's the thing, there's always going to be people who have the time to push to wave 2215. There's always going to be people, whereas I will never have the time to do this. And I accept that. I don't see the point in seeing this nerf just because, well, that's going to be impossible for me to hit. But clearly something needs to be changed because of this. Need to get out of mom's basement. I mean, clearly something needs to be changed, right? Look at all this Warlock, right? And what do they all have in common? Profane Veil. I mean, this guy didn't take. Oh, okay. This is Ghost Flame. Okay. This is the first time I'm actually seeing Warlock builds with Ghost Flame. So if Ghost Flame got nerfed like that, Shocks might have to, Shocks Bad 69 might have to go towards Profane Veil. Not a single Sentinel is on this list. And yet everybody... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sentinel has the lowest arena. And yet... Who was in here yesterday saying nerf Paladin? Yeah, which is what I'm doing, right? All right. Okay, so let's see. Is anybody using... Okay, there's some people doing the Healing Hand Smite. I'm not sure what that's looking like. Could I even compete on this leaderboard? So technically, I couldn't even compete on this leaderboard, my current record. Now, I haven't played that build in several days, but... Interesting. Void Cleave, Rive, Vengeance? This is interesting. I'd be interested in seeing this build right here. This looks like a homegrown build because I don't think many content creators out there would be like, yeah, use Vengeance with Rive. I mean, what's up with that? Bro. Somebody out here doing the Lord's work. Look at this. Number 25. Void Cleave Erasing Strike. With Abyssal Echoes. This is nearly my build, except in my build I use Vengeance, but maybe he doesn't need to. He's using Rebuke. That was the one thing about my Void Cleave Erasing Strike that I saw that was different from others. Everybody would use Anomaly over Abyssal Echoes. This guy's like, F y'all, I'm doing both. Is the top Sentinel generating ward? Quite possibly. So on Forge Guard, he does have Healing Hands and he has Smite. He could be generating ward with Smite, Healing Hands. Oh, Dive Bomb hasn't been changed yet? Okay. Yeah, I am seeing a lot of Smite, Healing Hands. Honestly, this looks like they might be using the build that Dread used. Electrify, Healing Hands. Diablo 4 missed the point that sometimes just because something is prevalent does not mean it's broken. Things using bugs, glitches should be fixed quick to a degree. When Warlock and Falconer are no longer the hot stuff, some other broken competitive build. Yeah, it'll always happen. But there's a Mr. Clean Eraser in there. Yeah, I saw that. You saw that too, Green Grunt. A Mr. Clean Eraser. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just got your first blessing. That's what I'm talking about. Expels. Go for it, man. Rive is gonna shit himself. Yeah, he will. The fact that you're telling me before Reefer, I mean, obviously he's probably still at work, but... Yeah. Diablo 4 patch 1.01 is the biggest mistake in ARPG history, man. Like, barely a single buff, nerf everything, drove so many people out of the game. The devs even came out and said, sorry, we're never going to do this again. We made these changes because we got other changes that are coming down the line. But we decided we were going to implement these negative changes first because we don't want the new changes to become OP. Huh? So we're not going to tell you about it. We're just going to nerf it, give no context, and then realize, fall over backwards trying to explain ourselves. Yeah, that was an interesting time. Okay. Melee critical strike chance, tier 7, max tier 7? Bro, if I can edit this, I'm gonna slam that into my Renegade's will. I guess I should be killing these dudes. Cause you never know, they might drop a wand, a ladle, if you will. Sure, why not? I keep picking these up. They might eventually become a thing. Oh, a 1 LP Aaron's Will. Oh, chat, look at that beauty. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Now, Aaron. What the? Oh, I should probably just break that down. Sorry, if you already said that, but with third... Why third strike on Rive? Personally, I'm just trying it out. 4-4. Because in Perry the Pig's video, he didn't opt for third strike on Rive, but at the same time, I think he was just trying to go for as much damage as possible. Not damage. He's trying to go for as much attack speed as possible. That way, with flurry, you get the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. If you take cadence and then double slash, skips the third step. But I felt like the third strike did a decent amount of damage, especially when you spec'd into this. And I'll see it. Like, I'll see the 1-2. The 2 does a decent amount of damage, and then the 3. I'm like, oh, okay, this is more damage. And I'm actually trying to do damage with Rive, whereas in Perry the Pig's video, he was doing damage with healing hands, which I don't really, as a Void Knight, spec into that well. Plus, we've already proven that the echoes don't echo the healing hands portion of the damage. They just echo Rive. So what I might end up changing is I might end up dropping Seraph Blade and just, stashing it somewhere else. Like, grabbing this or grab... Well, I don't know about that, but... If you heal an ally player other than yourself... Oh, other than yourself, keyword... Healing Hands also grants ward per second for 3 seconds after being cast on an ally. The ward per second is equal to a proportion of ward granted up front by the other nodes on the tree and by the items that cause you to grant ward with Healing Hands. This effect cannot stack multiple times and cast it again on the same ally. Squeak, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Squeak official with the raid, man. Let's actually... actually give Squeak a shout out here on Twitch. Thanks, Squeak. Appreciate the raid, man. How did it go today? So yeah, Fofor over there on YouTube. I'm trying it out. Just being a Void Knight, you know, different applications of stuff. You know, and to borrow an old analogy, sometimes you just gotta piss on the electric fence yourself to realize you shouldn't piss on the electric fence. We'll never learn until you've pissed on the electric fence. Good, almost level 92 on Warlock. Things have been going smooth for a self-cooked build. I'd love to hear that. Self-cooked builds are awesome. Because nobody understands them more than yourself, unless you publish it and then you leave the build alone for a while and then somebody else picks it up and they figure it out better than you. But even that's fun. Have you ever pissed on an electric fence? It's shocking. Dude, really? Is it as shocking as that one movie? What was it? Daniel Stern? Home Alone 2, you know? When he used the electrified sink, and probably the greatest moment in cinema history, where he's like, ah! And then it cuts to a scene where he's just a skeleton with his fro. Oh man, that was amazing. I have not, but I'm an electrician by trade, so I've been shocked a few times in my life. Understood. First two Home Alone movies were so good. Yeah, for sure. Oh, so you're actually an electrician. That makes sense. You make some sick beats, for sure. Make some good mixes. Healing effectiveness. Why not? +3 to Holy Aura. Why not? +25 throwing damage. Always take the throwing damage. Oh, okay. 5% increased physical damage for each recent melee hit against a bleeding enemy. Huh. I don't know, chat. What do you think? If we could get a melee critical strike chance. Now, I can't dual wield this, all right? Like, you might be thinking, yo, Bike, just dual wield it. No, you can't. If you're dual wielding with Sentinel, the only dual wield you can do is whatever in your main hand and a sword in your offhand. You can only do swords in your offhand. We have learned from Bike actually reading what the node does. But I mean, that could be cool. 20% of melee attack speed. Well, that's on the lowest. We got the lowest end. Honestly, we got kind of a low roll on this, but still, this could be a lot of fun. This is right now, Cleaver Solution is just, it's giving us a lot. Thanks, I've used some sounds from work in my music before. Really? That's cool. I've been stacking up gear for my first alt, Hammered In. How do you feel about a lightning base Hammered In Smite build? It's amazing. You want to know how I feel about it, Squeak? Do you truly want to know how I feel about it? I'm going to show you how I feel about it. That's how I feel about hammered in lightning based smite. Right there. That's how I feel about it. Number one in the arena, in case you're not able to see. Number one in the arena on the Sentinel leaderboard, solo self found. Or solo account found, excuse me. Solo account, solo character. I'm still like, I set that last weekend. Yeah. I set that last weekend. I used smite hammered in. So basically the hammers proc the smite. And so I used Volka's build from max roll. And I was able to get these results. It's cool. I could definitely fine tune the build some more, but it's good. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's just right now I'm doing this Void Knight Rive Healing Hands broken combo. It'll get changed probably at the end of the cycle. I don't suspect that this will get changed mid-cycle. So technically, we can continue to rock this to our heart's content for the rest of the cycle. And instead of trying it on Paladin, I'm trying it on Void Knight. Two LP. I've seen a lot of synergy with Lightning hammered in between skills and some gear I picked up. Void Knight hammered in's a close second. Yeah, Void Knight hammered in looks interesting. That's something I probably wouldn't mind trying on this build. Oh, that's dumb. He still blocks it? Okay. Even if you freeze him with anomaly? Okay. 28% more physical damage while at full health. Okay, chat. We got to try this. While at full health, this could actually be nice. Sure. Okay, so even without the crit multi on it, we're still doing good damage. Like, if we were able to slam this thing with a crit multi, like, dang. Oh, but the thing is, we don't ever stay at full health that long. But it does feel like we're doing more damage. Okay, well, I am going to remove that for right now, but this definitely feels like this could be a thing. Because in most, Sentinel builds at least, when you're trying to deal physical damage, you're probably running a leech build. This is obviously a ward build dealing physical damage, so I can see the possibilities. I got you. Oh, we gotta go all the way back there? I must have missed it. Oh, well. This used to be my savings. They nerfed it. Got a T7 Void Res and T7 Poison Res on your Cradle of the Erased. Fully took care of 2 resistances with 1 piece of gear. There you go, PJ. Yeah, they mega nerfed the gold on the keys. That used to be my common thing, and you want to know what the #1 thing people would say? Wow, I never knew that. I never looked at the keys. Even like, so when I got home today, I turn on YouTube and I see Aaron Action RPG had posted a video saying buffs and nerfs. Here's what they've changed, and I'm like, okay, cool, all in one place. So I watch his video, and then he got to the thing about gold on the arena keys. Even Aaron Action RPG, the guy who's, you know, he's played this game way more than I have. He hadn't even noticed how much the keys were worth. I'm telling you, not a lot of people knew that the arena keys were worth a lot of gold. It's something I noticed, not necessarily immediately, but earlier on into my last Epoch career. So guess what? Every once in a while, wanted to, you know, set aside a little extra income, I would sell a few arena keys, just the red ones. Apparently, just enough people knew about that, or maybe it became much more prevalent with, you know, Merchant's Guild being in the game, that a lot of people were just selling arena keys to fund their purchases, which I don't know, man. Wouldn't you make more gold selling items on the marketplace than going leveling up Circle of Fortune and then selling keys? Because that's why it got nerfed. It got nerfed because of Merchant's Guild. It didn't get nerfed because... Oh, there we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Yeah, it got nerfed because of Merchant's Guild, not because of Circle of Fortune. That was a nice little Circle of Fortune perk that Merchant's Guild was like, huh, let's take advantage of that. Level up Circle of Fortune, farm a bunch of arena keys, sell them, go back to Merchant's Guild. So it literally got nerfed because of the trading economy, not because of Circle of Fortune. Circle of Fortune did get a nerf. If you guys didn't see, they one of the best things about being Circle of Fortune, and I honestly understand why they changed this. I wish they had changed it earlier on when there was actually a race going on for, you know, first 100. But in Circle of Fortune, you could double echo rewards, and so a really nice thing for Circle of Fortune was do the XP tomes. It doubles the XP tomes. Not always, but sometimes you get a shot at it. So it made the XP tomes, you know, nice. You'd want to go run XP tomes because here's the thing. XP is what fuels your favor. That's why killing enemies is so nice for your favor increase. Because it's the XP that gives you favor, not necessarily killing enemies. So when you're playing Circle of Fortune and you're possibly getting, you know, double XP tomes, so 6 instead of 3, like that really fueled your favor. But it also, I'm pretty sure everybody who hit World's First 100 was Circle of Fortune, probably because of that. So at this point, changing it was like, come on, man, really? it was nice leveling up this guy, man, for sure. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Level a little bit faster. Yeah, it was technically a bug. It was technically a bug, and they fixed the bug, so way to squash the bugs. I felt like that was a bug in the player's favor, and they should have kept it. But, I mean, everybody and their mother who was running Circle of Fortune and were content creators were making videos about it. I wasn't, but, I mean, that's not saying a lot. I'm not trying to act like I'm holier than thou. Obviously, what I'm doing right now is a bug, and I'm making content about the war generation on Sentinels. So this isn't me, you know, preaching. How dare you make videos about bugs in the game and exploiting them? I don't care. Have fun. Like, if this was generating like 100k ward, the entire Sentinel leaderboard was getting hella skewed. I don't know if I'd make videos about it. But as it stands, like, honestly, I feel like this could be a feature. Because, I mean, you're not invincible. And you have to give up a lot of nice perks to... You got to give up a lot of what would normally be damage perks to stack healing effectiveness to make this work. And obviously it's not being exploited in the arena. Why? Well, just because you have an extra, you know, 15,000, 20,000 ward, that could get chunked hella fast. And if you're giving up, you know, possible resistances or damage or health just to, you know, stack as much healing effectiveness as possible, kind of works itself out. They said they're not going to fix a bug in Profane Veil's Vampiric Blood node because it's not causing performance issues. They need to be consistent with their nerfs. I will grant you that. I play a Wardlock build and it works really well at the moment, but I definitely get chunked unexpectedly. Yeah, for sure. Just because the ward thing really starts to become a major issue when you have like 30k ward plus. Maybe 15k ward. With the build I have set up right now, I comfortably sit around 6 to 10. If that. Now, I could make it go higher, but my damage just absolutely tanks. But this is on Void Knight. I haven't tried it on Paladin. I don't know if I will. Since I got inspiration from Perry the Pig, who already did it on Paladin, I feel like it's already been done on Paladin. So that's why I'm doing it on Void Knight. And clearly, since I'm not Paladin, I'm giving up a lot of perks to do what I'm doing just to maintain this level of ward. Which is bonkers. Yeah, I got you. I'll take another 2 LP. Oh. I thought we tested this on the dummies. Did they change it? Oh my god, they must have changed it. Or that, or it's just a lot more noticeable now. No, it's not doing it every time. Oh, it did it that time, though. Okay. Okay, this needs some testing. This needs some testing. I have to know. Cuz it wasn't 100% doing what? So I had gone to the arena and I had tested this and it looked like the echoes were not applying the ward from healing hands. But while I was in that arena against enemies, it was sometimes. I have to go back to the dummies. I have to go back to the dummies because, like, dang. Okay, so against the dummies, it's not. Okay. That was a first. That was a second. Nothing. Third? Nothing. Okay, let's try this. So it's against the dummies. It doesn't look like it's working, but when I was in that arena, it looked like it was proccing. And that's why I originally wrote it off before. But I'm noticing something. When I'm fighting bosses, I do generate more ward than this. I'm generally close to 20,000. Yeah, like easy boss. Well, now that I'm actually paying attention to this, let's see if we can replicate this in a monolith. Hey, what up, Xavier? How's it going, man? I mean, we got Orbis almost. How you getting so much ward? There was a bug that was discovered, and EHG's current stance on it is we'll address it after the cycle. So I'm just kind of experimenting with it. Like, I think this could be a cool feature, not gonna lie, chat. I think that's what it is. I think I know what that is. If that's the case, that's actually... Okay, so... See, nothing happens, right? But if I do that without... well... So it did it a moment ago. See, it did it right there. Did you guys see that? Well, that one might not work because I actually hit. It doesn't always happen, but it's looking like if I miss, if I don't actually hit them, sometimes it'll proc on my echo. See, it procced that time. Like, what's going on with this? Yeah, you got one. Yeah, so Xavier, quick, too long, didn't read. There's a note in Healing Hands with, if you take Divine Barrier, if you heal an ally, this also includes yourself. with healing hands, and they have this affix: lose a percentage of current health, gain percentage of ward based off of missing health. If you have that affix and you heal, if you have that affix, it'll convert all the healing into ward. And since we can apply healing hands on melee attack when we're attacking and we're applying healing hands, we're healing ourselves. And since we have that affix, it's granting us ward. But it's bugged right now because this is supposed to be scaling with, you literally create a loop. Right. This is supposed to scale with attunement, but it's not. It's scaling with healing effectiveness. Like this is the node right here that's supposed to grant ward per 10% healing effectiveness. But right now it's applying all healing effectiveness. So right now we have 674% healing effectiveness. I have doubled this. I've ran healing effectiveness in my amulet, healing effectiveness in my relic, healing effectiveness here. All my idols are healing effectiveness. I ran a shield with healing effectiveness. I had over 1200% healing effectiveness. And like, yeah, the ward was insane, but I actually want to do damage with the build, so I've lightened it. EHG have said, yeah, we're going to address that, but they're not going to do anything until the end of the cycle. Okay, now we can go kill Formosus. I've never seen a game dev ignore unintended skill effects causing massive gaps in leaderboards for multiple months, though. Possibly. I mean, this is their first cycle, maybe, and they did say it's not set in stone. They'd be willing to listen to feedback. Last steps of the living. I guess I could use these boots. Why not? Let's take it. At the end of the day, it's just a game though, no prize money or anything. Maybe because they said that statement was not set in stone, they might change the position and correct the bug if the people complain a lot. That's probably what will happen. You You know what? I'll take increase one-handed mace drops. Not to mention it's almost maxed out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start gearing up for Renegade's Will. I'm just worried people won't take it seriously and quit. Yeah. So the only way I would not complain about this, and it's gonna suck, but if they do change their stance and decide to correct the broken builds, we're gonna need a leaderboard wipe. In my humble opinion. Like, yeah, it sucks. I would lose out on my 219 wave survive, but here's the thing. I didn't use a broken build for this. I used a normal build. I could achieve this again. I might even be able to exceed this again with some optimization. Right? And I'm only looking at solo account found or solo character found leaderboard because... So if they do nerf that, I in my humble opinion, you need a leaderboard wipe. Because then all this is really helping are the early adopters of those broken builds. And they need... Oh, didn't know you were rank 1. Yeah, I'm rank 1 on Sentinel. So, right? Because the only thing nerfing this build would help is these guys. Honestly, they're now locked in number 1. Like, they got there with a broken build. Unless another more powerful broken build that the devs aren't aware of comes out, then they're going to be locked in there and nobody can touch it. So if you did a leaderboard wipe, but they did say they had a reason. They don't want to do a leaderboard wipe because then this would incentivize people to discover broken builds and then hang on to them near the end of a season. And then just blitz the leaderboard near the end of a cycle before the devs could nerf it. And then they get number 1 and they steal it from somebody else. That's what the devs said would they think would happen. How hard is it to get to that many waves? Well, not as hard as you think in terms of time. A lot of those people are not starting off at wave 1. It's a good reason. It just doesn't feel good. Right, Zach. So you guys see I hit wave 219. Obviously peanuts compared to the people at the top. I don't have time. I don't have the time to hit wave 1,000. But one thing you can do is you can use an arena key of memory. An arena key of memory in Endless Arena will start you off at wave 100. It also has another sub benefit. If you get to wave 202, and I'm just using 202 as a baseline, it'll start you off at at half of whatever wave you got to. So like, let's say, and as far as I'm aware of, that's good like once. So if you use it, so like, let's say somebody got to wave 1,000. So let's say somebody got to wave 1,000 and then they died. And they're like, well, I feel like I could do better, but I don't want to start at wave 100. Well, you use an arena key of memory, you start off at wave 500. You still got to go through 500 waves, but you're not starting all the way back at wave 100 with an arena key of memory. The arena key of memory will start you off half of whatever you got last time. Now, it's my understanding if you then use that, got to wave 500, and then died 5 waves later due to whatever reason, it would then start you at half of whatever that is. So, I mean, this would incentivize you not to die. But, you know, could help with the time constraints if, okay, cool, got to wave 1000, I'm Gucci. I think I could beat that. I need to attempt this on another day, maybe a Saturday, because I don't work that day. Let me use this arena key of memory, and then boom, I push it to wave 1200. Then I die. Arena key of memory, next time I go, I start off at wave 600. So on and so forth. Honestly hope they just go ahead and do a bug and balance pass for the mid-cycle update. If they do that, give everybody fair warning that this is going to happen, and then also say, hey, we're considering adjusting the leaderboards. Just the way I see it. But what do I know? I'm not a game developer. I just play the thing. Because it would be like, and give people an update, because if you just come out of nowhere and nerf it, imagine if I'll do like a mid-cycle leaderboard update. I mean, they could. That could be an idea. Because, and obviously not a lot of people care about the arena, right? It only tracks the top 50. And then, of course, you have individual classes. But there's going to be some people who are like, yeah, no, bro, I just don't have time whatsoever. I don't even compete. Or, no, arena's boring. I don't even compete. But for weirdos like me who like to compete, that's how I see about it. Because at least in the back of my mind, I know, like, okay, if I want to compete here and, like, let's say a bunch of time fell into my lap, I can go level a Warlock, reasonably replicate the build, and then near the end of the season, I'm competing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now I'm gunning for #1 spot. Whereas I already know if I'm competing on Sentinel. I might as well just compete against the other Sentinels, which at the moment is not saying a lot, because the at least solo account found. Yeah, that's true. You could get better gear pushing the higher. Here's the thing though, like, I feel like it's bugged. Personally. So ever since starting this character, I have found more 3 LP, 2 LP items at 100 corruption than I have on my paladin who is farming 400 corruption. Like, for whatever reason, on my paladin, the highest LP I find is 1 LP. But on my Void Knight here, I've already found like 2 or 3 LP items, and I found several 2 LP items. Several. Right. If we're using Magic Find. Like, look, I literally just found another 2 LP boots. Are you on faction with that said character? Yes. I immediately joined Circle of Fortune on this character, and I've been running Circle of Fortune the entire time. On Paladin, I've been in Circle of Fortune until he was the first character, so I had to get to the point where I could select it. On your alts, you can immediately join. Oh, this is cool. You can immediately join a faction. You get to the keeper's camp in town, boom, immediately join a faction if the game reads you already have a character in factions. Maybe again, it's a hunch. It's nothing solid. Like, on day one, like corruption 100 versus 600, notice no difference. Yeah, exactly. So on day one, like a lot of people, I wasn't able to play in the cycle that much. I played offline, but at some point I tried getting online on a legacy character. I started using the old noodle thinking, well, hey, if everybody's at the beginning of the game trying to get in, maybe that's where most of the server issues are. And then sure enough, that was the case. Cause on literally day one, I got onto my Void Knight, with the Void Knight Erasing Strike build, Void Cleave Erasing Strike build that I made that video for. I got into the game right away, and I got into Monoliths right away, and I literally just farmed Monoliths for like 4 or 5 hours on day one, and I was finding 1-2 LP items just everywhere at corruption 630, and I pushed it up to 650. I was just finding a ton of that, and then I'm like, man, dude, bet this is gonna be good. And then I get onto my my paladin. I'm like, dude, that wasn't even with that wasn't even with a faction, right? That was like no faction. Look at the amount of uniques I'm finding with the LP on them. Then I get it onto my paladin, and I'm thinking, okay, dude, here I am. I'm farming 400 corruption. I'm in Circle of Fortune. I'm getting all the buffs. I should be finding, a decent amount of LP 1 and 2, and it at least to me, didn't feel like it was the case. Speaking of faction, sitting on 42,000 favor. I should probably go to the observatory chat. Again, this could be like Mandela effect, right? You swear you saw something earlier and then you couldn't quite find it again.
Have you unveiled an intriguing prophecy?
Oh, so there's actually, I'm asking because I know some guys saying that if you don't join any faction, you get a better chance of 0 LP. Maybe because of some bug. So wait, you're saying that's a bug right now? If you're not in a faction, you get better chances of finding unique items with like 2-3 LP on it? Wait. Oh, right. I'm not... They're telling me, hey, this cosmetic you have equipped, you can't use it. Wait. Autumn Wrap? Oh, wait, that's in the game? Okay, chat, I'm not saying this is bad. This actually looks kind of good. Like, I can see this working on some rogue builds, but at least with this, it looks kind of weird. Like, here I am, this regal-looking knight, just dripping with swag, and then I got, like, this carpet for, for a cape. Hey, what's up, guys, man? Here I am just dripping in swag. Oh, let me turn around and leave. Oh, look at the freaking rug I got on my back. I'm gonna go back to the Sunflare. Like, I feel like the Sunflare mantle just suits this build. Like another good one. Like, and don't get me wrong, this is not too bad either. Like, I feel like the blue with a little sparkle on it fits for sure. It's certainly because, you know, we got some blue trim here and all that, and then you get this nice looking blue. But I don't know. I just feel like I love the sun flare. Don't know if it's true or not. I got you. I'll put those boots back on. Okay. Let's grab some prophecies, chat. Okay. Wait. Why? Stolen Lands timeline. Okay, cool. We're doing the Stolen Lands timeline right now. Death of Boss, unique armor. No. I'd want unique body armor. You know what? We will go kill that boss at some point, so I'll take that prophecy. Sure. Is there anything fun and exciting over here? One-handed mace. Sure. Two-handed maces against Rive. Unique scepters. Well, let's go down here. Oh. Defeat an arena champion, tier 2. I mean, here's the thing that I find kind of weird. I got the lenses on that should prevent this from happening, so I just got to re-roll. Blue and yellow go pretty well together. Yeah. Defeat Elder Gaspar. I hate Elder Gaspar. Exalted Relic. Sure. A set relic. Oh, hell no. Get unique jewelry with 1 LP. Or defeat. Sure, we'll take the unique rings. Sure, we'll probably go back to him at some point. Death of rare enemy. Death of boss. Can be fulfilled 3 times, sure. I'll do that one. Best way to do with Elder Gaspar is freezing him. Yeah, probably. And I could actually do this with his build. It's just years, well, not years, months of playing against Elder Gaspar have taught me don't fight Elder Gaspar. The dude cheats. He can suck it. If this is Arena Key of Memories, I would do that. Sure. We'll do the unique relics. Yeah, I gotta fight Herod again soon, sometime. In the near future. Alright, we're going back to the Stolen Lands, chat. All right, let's. Let's get back to it. Sure. Healing effectiveness for everyone. Relics for every. Oh yes, yes, yes. We love. Oh yes, yes, yes. Sure, I'll take that just because. Oh yes, yes. Oh man, that was a juicy one right there. Let's go, chat. I have not found many of these Code of the Erase. All right, time to roll the dice here, chat. I'm gonna get some sleep. Gotta wake up early in the morning. See ya. Yeah, catch you later, Xavier. I gotta be at work at 6 a.m. again, so I feel you. What are we getting on it? Increase elemental damage over time. Oh boy. Elemental damage over time. Sure, why not? Sure. We'll take all these block chance rings. We'll be the block chance build. 100% block chance, no damage. Endurance threshold again. Amazing. Amazing affixes for my current build. Elemental damage over time and endurance threshold. $1,000,000 gold equals $1.59. Available at this link. What the frick? How are you gonna make that work? Boosting services? What? Oh my god. In-game chat is wild. Like, aren't they aware that you can't trade gold? Like, how are you supposed to deliver the product after you bought it? Is it supposed to be like, okay, now go to the marketplace, list this particular item for $1,000,000 gold, right? Just like some basic item. We will buy it after you've given us cash money, and then you'll get $1,000,000 gold. Like, great. Now I got to go earn the favor for it. Okay, so they ask for your login info. How does that work? They go earn the gold for you? Or you know what? Maybe they have accounts that are like extremely high corruption and they just bring you along. They go ahead and kill everything and then you just follow behind them and pick up the gold. Do it for science. I know, right? Yes, sir. Would you say that Void Knight version is better than the Paladin version? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no as of right now, Johnny. Like, the Void Knight version does have a few perks, like the Echo Chance is really crazy. But with the Void Knight version, they can't get Rive to scale with Void. Here, Johnny, if you could stick around for just a little bit, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, Wheel of Torment. Cool, sure, I'll take it. So, Rive deals physical damage, right? Well, Void Knights do not scale with physical damage in their kit. Now, it's not a huge amount, right? But Void Knights scale melee void damage, right? Paladins scale fire, lightning, and physical based off of your health, but they do scale fire, lightning, physical. Started a few days ago and I'm struggling so much on leveling. I'm rolling with your Rive Healing Hands build, but with really crappy gear. I see, Johnny. I see. I do feel like this is a build that's going to benefit a lot from gear because this was my second character. Are you playing Paladin or Void Knight? Because I haven't finished the build yet. I just wanted to release a video just showing you guys, hey, this is what I'm working on right now. This is what I'm trying to figure out. And when I started this, I had instant access to you're playing on Paladin. Okay. So, Johnny, I am flattered that you're using my build, but I'm actually going to recommend this build to you from Maxroll. Tarek. He is a content creator. He writes for Maxroll. He does all of their starter build guides, and they are quite good. I've played so much Sentinel, I don't need a build guide. Like, when I started, I did Ignite Hammers. That's how I leveled. I blitzed through the campaign with that, but it's because I played a lot. You just started. So you may not know about Ignite Hammers or anything like that. This is not in an Ignite Hammer build, but this might help you out because the build that I made, like this Void Knight build, I already had good gear to begin with. I've already played a ton of Sentinel, so I kind of know what I'm looking for, and I'm still figuring it out myself. And it's not even my build. I'm doing a Void Knight version, but the the build that I'm basing this off of is Perry the Pig. He did a Paladin version. Now, you came in and instantly asked about the Paladin version, so I'm guessing you're already aware of it. What? Oh. So that's Perry the Pig's video. He did a much thorough breakdown on Paladin, how this build would work. More healing effectiveness means more damage, more sustain. Technically, yes. You'll be able to build up more. Oh, you're playing offline, think you can bring it online? Yeah, it's a thing that they baked into the crust of the game. They don't want people modifying their offline characters and then bringing them online. It's too much of a headache to try and, you know, crack down on that. So they just made the simple, can't bring it online. More healing effectiveness means more damage, more sustain. I think Rive is only there to proc ward. Have you tried fire damage build as healing hand scales off of fire? I haven't, because A, Perry the Pig already did that. And B, Void Knight doesn't scale off of fire like Paladin does. They scale off of melee void, so I'm trying to take melee void nodes. Is there a way slow down the decaying so fast? Hey, what up, Jin? Yeah, if you could take some decay threshold modifiers, if you can fit that into the gear, but right now the name of the game seems to be just stack as much healing effectiveness as possible and build up the biggest amount of ward you can, and then it'll decay that way. I've personally even taken off some of my healing effectiveness just for more damage. What I'm basically playing with here in Rive, since it deals physical damage, is I'm trying to get the echoes in on it. I see, that's why my ignite damage is low. I see what you mean, man. Yeah. They only scale with melee void. Melee void. They don't get any benefits to like smite void, right? Only melee void. And so what this node does, it allows 10% void damage to be added onto it. So that gives you a little wiggle room to like stack some void. The biggest thing though is it doubles your echo chance. But I doubt my damage will be as high if I just scaled straight up like fire damage all over the place. But I'm trying to, like, you know, I'm trying to take advantage of some of the Rive nodes. So yeah, you're right. I mean, Rive is essentially, a delivery vehicle for healing hands, but I feel like it works better on Paladin. So I'm just trying to figure out my own thing. Oh, so the build from max roll can get me, yeah, it'll get you to in-game, and then you'll just have to respec it later on. Yeah, then you can respec it. That'll get you to in-game. And then you'll have a lot more points. You'll kind of know what direction you want to go. And then on Maxroll's website, they do have in-game builds for Paladin. If you want to check those out. Oh, you're talking about Cleaver Solution? So, Perry the Pig didn't use Cleaver Solution, but yeah, the decay threshold just... The main way he generated ward was holding on to, was just attacking as much as possible. Cleaver Solution gives us a little bit of that ward retention to prevent it from decaying so fast. No. When you get to end game, or just at any point in the game, you find people in towns like this. At the end of time, they're gonna have like little purple brain icons over their head. You go talk to them, and they'll let you respec your points. You're not like locked in, Johnny. You can re-roll characters. Yeah, it does seem cool. I like it. And we're trying to figure out, because there's been a few times where the echoes have procced the ward, but it's not consistent. All right, so I'll be killing enemies, and then I'll use this right here, and sometimes they'll proc the ward for me, but it doesn't happen every time. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I make that happen a lot more, because that could be a lot more ward. Do online characters share stash? Yes, they do, unless you make a solo character found, SCF. If you do that, then only the stash is going to be for your character. If you're going to play solo, I highly recommend solo account found, or you play normals and you can still play solo, but that gives you the option later on down the line to maybe make friends and play with other people. Oh, damn. Now I can delete all my other Sentinel characters. Oh, wait. So were you just re-rolling Sentinel characters thinking, oh, well, frick, I selected that and I messed up. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You can re-roll. I try it during campaign. It's empty. So, Rams, did you create a solo? Did you create a solo character found, or did you create? Oh, okay. It's also worth noting, Rams. So I'm playing on solo account found. That means all of my characters that are solo account found will share the same stash. But if I play a normal character, I have to start over again in terms of stash. Right? But all of my normal characters will share the stash. All of my solo account found characters will share the stash. Only solo character found does not share stash with other characters in solo character found. Yeah, if you're in SAF, you cannot buy items in the bazaar. You can join the Merchants Guild, but you can't interact with the Merchants Guild. I tested this. On a solo account found character, I joined Merchants Guild, and it let me join Merchants Guild. But then when I actually tried to buy anything, they were like, you're playing a solo character. You cannot buy anything. Oh, you think your character is normal? Okay. And then you created a solo account found? I see. Well, so this was disabled for a while, but they brought it back. You can disable your solo challenge. So what that will do, so like let's say you have a character who's solo account found like me, right? And you decide, I don't want to be solo account found anymore. I want to go play with my friends. You can disable the solo challenge and go play with your friends. But here's the thing. You lose all of your gold. It doesn't go away. It just stays in solo account found. So if later on you decide you want to do solo account found again, and you make a new character, they'll have access to whatever was in your stash as well as your gold and crafting materials. But if I ended the solo challenge for my character right now, I'll keep what's in my inventory. I'll keep my items. I'll keep my idols. But all of this will stay in solo account found. My gold will stay in solo account found. And my stash will stay in solo account found. But then this character will be a normal character. But here's the thing. If you end the solo challenge, you cannot go back to the solo challenge. Right? Also worth noting, if you got like a record on the arena leaderboard with a solo character, right? And then you decide you wanted to end the solo challenge, the record will stay there, but you can't come back to solo later on and try and do something better. No, it's going to stay there. So that happened to me in beta. On in solo on the overall leaderboard. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right? So here we are, beta. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. In beta, I was level 100 on my paladin. I did Nova Hammered in. And I cleared 296 waves before I died. At the time, this was number 33 on the solo account found overall leaderboard in beta. I then later on didn't do any more attempts, and I dropped this character out of solo account found to go play in normals with other people. As the beta progressed, more people made attempts on the leaderboard, and I got pushed out of like 33, 34 down to 45. Now, luckily, beta ended, so now I'm permanently locked in there, but now I'm locked in at number 45 instead of being locked in at number 33 or whatever it would have been had I kept that character in solo account found and made more attempts on the leaderboards. But still, all things considering, I'm still number 9, locked into history. Now, of course, this is before I knew that they didn't show your account name. They show your character name. So I named my paladin Tillman after a D&D character I created years ago who was named Tillman. He was a paladin. Get it, right? So he's locked in at number 9, but nobody's going to know who Tillman is. In beta, whereas I'm pretty sure people will be like, oh yeah, Volca. Oh, Volca made a Forge card. Oh look, Volca made a Void Knight. So that's why when after I realized that, and I realized I was going to try and compete on the arena leaderboard this cycle, I named my characters after myself. You'll know it's me. So right now I'm number 1. I don't expect to stay here for forever. On my paladin, I'm number 1 on the solo leaderboard, and I wanted to make sure people knew it was me. It was Babbling Bike. That's why on this Void Knight, I named him, how do we upgrade unique to legendary? I got a video for you. I don't want to spend time. Well, I don't mind telling you guys, but I've already explained it in a video, so I'll just link you the video. For those who are in the YouTube chat, I have a legendary potential guide. Get shareable link. Actually, I'll post this in Twitch too. Right? Bam. Enjoy that. If you're over here on Twitch, here you guys go. That is my legendary potential guide I created. Yes, I did that while in beta, but the information's still accurate. You're welcome, Rams. I've gotten a +1 to judgment. Wait, did we? Oh. No, we did not get healing effectiveness. I chose Fire Bill because Rive has 15% HP. Sure kill mode. Yeah, for sure. The last laugh. Sure. Oh, that's cool. It already has melee critical strike chance baked into it if you have less than 100 dodge. Which I do. Okay. Oh, is this an arena? This looks like an arena. What do we end up getting on this? I should go back to the other one here. Just to max out that crit chance. It's a prophecy. It has been foretold that I would find a thorn slinger. Okay, I gotta see this. What do they get? Health? Oh, nice. Yeah, I will say I don't know if health is the best one. He might be kidding. Just like, let's go! I found health. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it right there. All week I got to open up at work at like 6 a.m. So I got to be up at 5 a.m. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Anyway, you guys take care. Have yourselves a good one. Cheers. Oh, I should also say I'll be back again tomorrow. All right, but you guys have yourselves a good one. Have a good night. Good luck farming. Bye.